Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to my fucking chocobo is mooning the camera. Welcome everybody to Final Fantasy XIV full story playthrough. When we last left off, the Inquisitor, whose name I cannot pronounce, was being a massive pain in our ass, and now we have to find out why. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's talk to Alphino. Something troubles me about that Wounded Knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we've arrived in Whitebrim Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from the north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Jello is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. Let's go sleuthing. I just had some cookies and now I can't talk. I mean, I can't talk at the best of times, but now I really can't. I'm actually really glad that I could not jump down from there, because that is a long fall. How do you normally get down here? Oh well. Jump! Some dragon bones. Oh, they're a physical object. Plasmoids. You know, to be honest, I was expecting dragons. Alright, so we took care of the stupid glowies. So let's find out what's going on at this snow mound here. This dragon looks pretty old. Oh. Oh. The Inquisitor is dead. Show the bloody encyclical to Alphino. We found something on the corpse. Oh, somebody else is doing this quest. Oh, this guy's fishing off of a cliff into the whiteness below. I don't think you're going to find many fish that way, but, you know, don't let me dissuade you. Well, Alphino, I've got good news and bad news. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor. Newly come to Kurthus and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Yes, I say papal, I don't say papal, because that's how it's fucking spelled. Well, still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity or why he decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Foxy, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. Act quickly and do what? What are we gonna do? Since Lord Gillamont has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights, if a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim. Yes, mayhap that is... Goodbye, Chocobo. Mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Jello with the evidence you discovered and see if it helps him recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything in our power to secure the Enterprise. I mean, at this point, it goes beyond matters of faith. Alright, Jello. Oh, you've returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? Here, look at this. The Inquisitor is an impostor. Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant of the Fury. You would have me believe all that is a lie? If you're so certain that your ludicrous story is so true, then go and speak with Sir Pernilla. What a name. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here, but I will never speak against the man who saved my life. Okay, where is Sir Pernilla? Oh, she's right outside. You! I do not believe I know you, madam. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know naught of it, not at all. Doubt. You know, don't you? Fury, take me. I prayed this day would come. When Sir Jello gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Javanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy, but what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about my family. About me, about my family. Secrets I never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Jello and I would be spared. But if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Jello to the infirmary, and on his first night in the White Brim Front, Inquisitor Guillaume was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing seized while in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drillamont, wanted to put an end to this madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing, until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago I followed the Inquisitor, and found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of White Brim Front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Halenart, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. Hey, it was you. Awesome. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Helone, forgive me for not acting sooner. So now we know. The Inquisitor is a fraud. And he's working with the dragons, which is exactly why he wants us not to go to Stone Vigil. So let's go find that chest full of draconian rosaries, and we'll get to the bottom of this. Well, there's a big old pile of snow. That's it. Oh, Drillamont, you're about to have your world turned upside down. Okay, let's see if he believes us. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you three access to the Stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. Well, sir, allow me to present you with this paper and a box. Please empty the contents of the box so that I may sit in it, for I am a cat. There had better be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries, and where did you find this encyclical? Fury, take me. The Inquisitor is a heretic. Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale, but this evidence in your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Foxy, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. Oh, it would be my pleasure to kill that guy. Got a new helmet. And it doesn't look incredibly stupid. I mean, I don't particularly like it. It doesn't even have a visor option, so we're gonna keep it off. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Dravanian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded a heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Tragedy? Fuck, I can't talk. Lend me your strength, Foxy. Together let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. Now we're getting somewhere. Well, this looks promising. There's a lot of crocs over here. Oh dear. Good to have you with us, miss. When Lord Drillamont arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? I am, but are you supposed to be hiding? You're not in a very good spot for it. You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Halone's halls. Only the wicked. But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you that I have never questioned the teachings of Halone. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My lord Drillamont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain! I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guillaume, and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Ah, grave allegations indeed, but you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that to which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Drillamont, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade? You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence. Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Drillamont, then come. Let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Dravanian fang and claw. Well, at least he admits he's fucking dragon worshipper. Alright. Finally time to put this motherfucker in the ground. And we've got wormhounds coming. I'm assuming they're up there. Oh yeah. I had better go and help out with those. Drillamont, you go ahead and slice and dice the Inquisitor over there. I'm gonna keep slicing and dicing this thing. Not by a goddamn heretic. Well, he died. Come, my brothers, grant me the strength to smite our enemies. And he transforms into a wyvern. I am reborn. Ow, I'm getting hurt. I hope there's somebody gonna heal me. He's got a spiky scorpion tail. Oh god, there's more. Well, you guys can deal with him. I'll fight this thing. Oh, they both want me. That one's dead though. Drillamont's not doing too well. Oh, never mind. He healed himself. Only to promptly get hit by an AoE. No, it cannot be. He's immune to stuns. You know what he's not immune to, though? Dying. Which is what he's about to do right now. Goodbye. I won't miss you. My glamour's dispelled. Oh, it was a trick. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. You may not recall the many Ishgardians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within Stone Vigil would rend you asunder, and when you are dead, Whitebrim Front shall... Well... Defiant to the last, leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves naught better. Foxy, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should have never been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time you are reunited with your airship. But this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at Whitebrim Front and bring your associates. Well, some fucking gratitude for a change. This person's name is Flavortown. Oh no, and is he Guy Fieri? He's fucking Guy Fieri. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god, why? Oh no, 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 no. Fucking potatoes. Alphino, we did it. Where have you been, Foxy? The false Inquisitor has been slain, has he? Yes, well, his was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we've secured the Enterprise. I agree. Let's get to that, shall we? As I'm sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil, pay Lord Drillamont a visit, and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon. Mr. Drilly, I do believe we're entitled now to go into the Stone Vigil, get our ride, and bounce. We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Silly Name would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand, but you must understand it seemed too much to hope that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all you've done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Javanians that now hold the ruin. In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we've been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurances that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Kurthus, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change, or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Drillamont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. I see. Well, that may be for the best. I will inform Sir Nathalin of your impending visit. May Halone guide you, scions. Nice. We now have permission to enter the vigil. Though, really, we probably could have just rushed it. You know, knocked out everybody in our way. Or murdered them. You know, I mean, I probably shouldn't be murdering people, seeing as I'm a paladin, but, you know, this person's name is Your Mom. Your Mum. Oh my god, some of these names in this game. Alright, Nathalin. Hail, Foxy. Lord Drillamont has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whensoever you will. And you know what? I shall, right now. I'm a step out of the range of that fate, so I don't have to listen to that music. It's good music, but it gets old very quickly. So now, we enter the Stone Vigil. Hello and welcome to the Stone Vigil. Just gonna say hi to the party real quick. And, oh, that was the wrong button. There we go. And we are just going to do our AoE rotation a whole bunch. I don't remember too much about this place, to be honest. But I'm sure we'll do just fine, assuming we get healed. Hey, look at that. It's a little dragonfly-looking thing. Oh yes, that happens a lot. Where this big old dragon will swoop in and be like, blog, and spit fire at you and then fly away. Ow. Ow. Healer, thank you. Holy shit. Why are they doing so much damage? Oh dear. Alright, let's play this smart. Only pull a few. Oh dear. That's all of them. That is indeed all of them. Ah! Oh god. Holy motherfuck. Wow. Am I doing something wrong? I mean, my gear could probably improve, but, I mean, oh god, that dragon still comes. Okay, we're gonna try and do this a little smarter this time. Provoke you, and just you. Yeah, forgive me if I do something incredibly stupid, but oh, here come the rest of them. I'm still learning how to tank. Maybe it really was just the overwhelming number of enemies. And, you know, as you go on, things get harder to, you know, tank. For now, I guess the healer is just going to have to solely focus on healing and not DPSing. And I'm going to have to pull very selectively. Then maybe after this I'll look into better armor, because I'm pretty sure that has something to do with it. I doubt I'll have to buy any armor, at least not with Gil. Probably get some from the Grand Company. Fuck you, dragon. Yeah, see, now I'm doing okay. I mean, I'm still taking massive hits, but the healer is able to keep up with it no problem. First boss. I don't remember how to do this one whatsoever. But you know what? We're just gonna say yeet and do it. I'm just gonna point it away from the group and hope for the best. Gonna put on my cooldowns, of course. I can't tell if that rumbling was in the game or if it was thunder, like in real life. Oh yes, and he's going to do something. I don't know what that was. Okay, it's definitely in the game. Well, so far he seems quite easy. Let's not tempt fate. I should probably Sheltron that, but you know, it's whatever. Healer can keep up. They actually are keeping up quite well. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's just swiping his claws and beating the hell out of everything. Either way, he's gonna die. Yay. We got through the first boss without anybody dying. That's a good sign. I can't roll need on those. Why the fuck not? Fuck. Why would I not be allowed to roll need on something that I can use? Which way? This way, I suppose? No? This way. We'll find out. Hello, dragon. Here's where my relative inexperience is going to start showing. I don't do this dungeon very much. Actually, I shouldn't even say don't, I should say didn't, because this is the first time I'm really playing this game in months. This whole playthrough. You know, I love Shadowbringers, but the content drought was real. Yeah, well, it's gonna pull. Hey, we only managed to pull 2. Or 3. Oh, never mind. Well, it was almost good. Oh dear. Alright, we should be fine, as long as I don't stand in stuff. I hope this is the right way. I'm gonna be upset if it's not. Oh, God. Hey, buddies. Don't go running ahead of me. It's hard enough for me to not die to these things. Oh, good. Now I went and I broke my own rule. In before a dragon comes and goes, woof. Oh, hello. Well, there's fire. We can't go that way. Is this the guy who's been swooping down and burning us? It's time for some revenge. This fight's actually pretty cool. Reminds me of a fight from World of Warcraft. If you ever played Utgard Pinnacle, you'll recognize one of the mechanics here. You know, back when World of Warcraft was actually good. Wrath of the Lich King era. Oh right, I forgot, it's that one out there that needs to be shot with the cannons. Oh yeah, that dragon out there is shooting ice spikes at you. So be careful of that. This is the guy who's been burning us. That prick. Yeah, the healer's been DPSing. They're not even healing me at this point. Well, now they are, but... Oh hey, I'm back at full. Awesome. Forget everything I just said about the healer. Well, that's shit. Well, that's good. Fuck yeah, new armor. Doesn't look any different, but it's got way better stats. And the fire's gone. Let's make some new fire. Actually, these guys being Avises, I'm pretty sure they breathe lightning? What the hell? Why? Literally why? Why would you go and fight him? That was a weird loss of aggro. Oh god, if that hits me, forget it. I would be a fried cat. Open the gate. It's cutscene time, and I hope the group waits. Look, it's the Enterprise. Yes, just beyond that enormous sleeping dragon. That dragon is not our concern. We have come for the airship, and only the airship. Sid, you and I will sneak aboard the Enterprise and prepare it for launch. Foxy, you stay here and keep an eye on the beast. If it wakes, we may need you to provide a distraction until we're ready to depart. You can manage that, can't you? Oh yeah, sure. I'm great at distracting giant mad animals. That settles it then. Shall we, Sid? As your command. Oh, it's La Habrea. So you mean to slay Garuda next. Interesting. Most interesting. And you are aware that her strength greatly exceeds that of your previous primal conquests, a testament to the fanatical devotion of her followers. The Ixal are nothing if not zealous. In spite of your past achievements, I labor to believe that you will best this foe. Yet only a fool would underestimate the great bringer of light, slayer of Ifrit, bane of Titan. If any mortal is capable of defeating the Lady of the Vortex, it is you. Win or lose, the battle should at least make for an entertaining spectacle, assuming of course you live that long. Alphino, the dragon. Confound it all. Well, that's not good. Let us see how well your blasphemous gifts serve you this time, Crystal Bearer. Alright. Let's do it. Everybody's ready? Is everybody ready? Oh, well, the healer's ready, so let's do it. Let's turn him around so he's not facing the group. Ouch. Okay, so I didn't need to Sheltron that. Good to know. He's gonna freeze over there. And then where? Nope, he's just coming back down. His attacks aren't too powerful. Okay, that one was. Like, Rhyme Wreath, that's not too bad. It's the other one that's really bad. The one that he casts very quickly. Even when I Sheltron that, it really fucking hurts. Here he goes again. Where's he gonna freeze this time? Oh. Ouch. Run. Freezing over there. And freezing over there. Alright, let's finish this big bastard. Come on, somebody limit break him for God's sake. Nobody ever wants to use the limit break. Oh, now they try. That does it for the dragon. Player commendations definitely to that healer. Because she was awesome. He, I don't know. Well, I can't use that. Actually, it was a guy. Joseph Doloth. Somebody did not choose to loot. Whatever, I'm out. Well, I got 2 commendations. That's awesome. Aha. We've nearly collected all the crystals. Foxy. Foxy, are you alright? Speak with me. Twelve be praised, I feared the beast had injured you. I see now why the others rated you so highly. When you were caught in the midst of that etheric bubble with the dragon, I was all but certain my next mission would be to find a new champion. Thank the gods for sparing me that inconvenience. Oh yeah, I'm glad it was so convenient for you, Alpha now. I have quite enough to do already, which reminds me, Sid is working on the Enterprise as we speak. Let us go and see what he has to say. What say you, Sid? Will she fly? Yes, though it will not be a pleasant ride. Well, I dare say it will be no more pleasant than staying here. 'Tis a pity the Enterprise is not in a better state, but if she will allow us to quit this place, I shall not complain. If all are in agreement, let us return to Gridania. Though I would like nothing more than to set course for the Howling Eye, it is plain the Enterprise is in no condition to weather the storm. She must needs be repaired if we are to proceed with our mission. Surprised it flies after all these years. This is all so familiar. I know this airship. If I could just... it's no use. Let's go. And now we've reclaimed the Enterprise. Oh my god, that's pretty. I love that whole fairy aesthetic going on there. Anyway. How I have longed for the more agreeable climate of the Twelveswood. Yet I will not deny the Holy See had its charms. Endless detours aside, our Ishgardian jaunt proved quite an adventure. Alas, our work is far from done. We still have an airship to repair and a primal to slay. No rest for the heroic, eh? Indeed. Sid. It calms me to look at her. It's as though I've been reunited with a part of me I never knew was missing. Hardly surprising, you did design and build her. I bear good news. The Seedseers have granted our request to house the Enterprise. We may take as long as we require to repair her. Of course, it would be rank folly to take one moment more than we require. Garuda, lest we forget, grows stronger by the hour. If we are to have any hope of wresting this benighted realm from her talons, it must needs be soon. Though I am no expert on the workings of airships, it seems plain to me that the Enterprise suffered much from her time in the wilderness. Am I not correct, Sid? You are. Frankly, it's a miracle she carried us this far. As you know, the Howling Eye is encircled by a raging tempest, apt to turn proud trees into matchwood. Our battle will end before it begins if the Enterprise cannot weather the storm. Given time, I believe I can fully repair her. But if this tempest is as fearsome as you say, even that may not be enough. Confound it, there must be a way. A way to brave the fury of the elements. The elements. But of course, that's it. We work upon the elements itself. Using the power of a corrupted crystal, we could clear a path through the storm and spare the Enterprise a battering. I see. You propose to utilize the properties of a crystal to alter the elemental aspects of the barrier. It seems so childishly simple in retrospect. Though mayhap not to you, Foxy. We speak of the manifestations of over-aspected ether that can be found throughout Eorzea. Since the calamity disrupted the land's etheric currents, such crystals have become comparatively commonplace, which has been a cause of great woe, as they are known to warp etheric energies, including those of living organisms. The point is, we could theoretically use a corrupted crystal to convert the wind-aspected ether comprising Garuda's barrier into ether of another aspect, one she cannot control. With certain modifications, the Enterprise should be able to deliver us into the Howling Eye in comfort, however hard Garuda blows. But we are getting ahead of ourselves. All this rests upon our ability to procure a crystal with the necessary properties. Have you any idea where we might acquire one? No, but I know a man who might. A scholar by the name of Lambertaint, what a name, who resides in Camp Drybone. Strange as it may sound, I met him during my time at the church. Well, Marcus met him, I suppose. Whether out of pity or for want of a more willing listener, he would talk to me for hours about his time with etheric studies, corrupted crystals being his pet subject. It was as a result of these conversations that poor Marcus was observed to possess an uncommon knack for theoretical science. Foxy, I need you to return to Thanalan and seek out this scholar. Sid and I will set about repairing the Enterprise in your absence. What the hell are you gonna do? You don't know how to fix stuff. You're just gonna sit there and make commentary, I'm sure. That's what you're good for, Alphino. Anyway, I don't know why I'm walking forward. We need to go to Camp Drybone. We are going to take a quick detour first, though. Oh no, your name is Bluntmaster. Oh no, do you smoke a lot of weed? That's bad. I mean, it's actually not. I don't give a shit about people who smoke weed, but what a name. What a name. Oh my god, it's a bunny maid. Your name is Soft Cat, but you're not a cat. And here we are at our pit stop. We're going to apply for a promotion. We just need to hand over some seals, a whole lot of them. Flame Sergeant 3rd Class. By the power vested in me, I hereby appoint you to the rank of Flame Sergeant 3rd Class. By this promotion, you are now eligible to undertake a wider range of company leaves. May you fight to the last for coining currency. And now I believe that I can hand stuff in for seals. Oh no, I have to be Flame Sergeant 2nd Class for that assetry. So I just need 6,000 seals, which is... fuck me. But that's fine. Alright, Camp Drybone. Alright, let's find this guy. Is he in here? He is. Lambertaint. What a name. Why yes, I am Professor Lambertaint. Beg pardon, you wish to hear about my research on corrupted crystals? Truly? Well, nothing would give me greater pleasure than to discuss my work with a fellow woman of science. Oh dear, why do I get the feeling this is going to be very long-winded? Ah, so rare is it to find fellow intellectuals in this region. 'Tis even rarer to find one capable of comprehending the nature of corrupted crystals. Come to think of it, there was another, a hermit to whom the church had given sanctuary. Curious fellow, unsociable, rather daft at first impression, yet possessed of an amazing affinity toward the scientific pursuits. But to the matter at hand, did you say you wish not to conduct field observations, but to harvest a corrupted crystal? Hey, gads, woman! At least take the necessary precautions so that you do not suffer the exposure to its harmful energies. I'm beginning to wonder if you've sufficient qualifications to handle such hazardous materials. Still, your ignorance is somehow endearing. If you bring me a suitable vessel, say a common clay pot, I shall coat it with an alchemical sealant of mine own design. Simply store the crystal you seek within this pot to protect yourself from its deleterious effects. Where might you find a clay pot? Well, I'm hardly a merchant, but surely some fellow at the Golden Bazaar has some for sale. Then we're going to the Golden Bazaar. Here we are. Let's talk to this merchant now. You get a pot, and you get a pot. Everyone gets a pot. Ahem, sorry, I get a bit carried away when disposing of old merchandise. Any road, take my pot, please. I'll take some pot. Anyway, that was a long walk for one thing. Let's go back to Camp Drybone. Awful convenient that that guy was getting rid of pots the moment we needed one. It be that way sometimes. Lambertaint. I will never get tired of that name. Fascinating, even accounting for the unusually strong etherical currents in the region. The crystal informations are... Oh, you've returned. Any luck finding a pot like I suggested? Yeah, here. Well, this is indeed an unremarkable piece of rubbish, but for our purposes it shall suffice. With a liberal application of my alchemical sealant, this sorry excuse for earthenware will be reborn as a corrupted crystal containment device. Man, just no chill about this pot. Now observe as this scholar skillfully... Oh, almost dropped that. Skillfully coats the interior of this pot just so. There, it's finished. You no longer need fear the crystal's transformative energies. Though I suppose you will be bombarded with its energies until you place it within the vessel. Well, perhaps this shall motivate you to work quickly. In any case, I would now have you take the warded pot to Hahasako. God damn Lalafell. Names. A student of mine monitoring the flow of aether at Highbridge. Explain to him your quest, and he shall instruct you in the finer points of crystal harvesting. Hahasako. God, these Lalafell names. Did you know Lalafell used to be called Tarutaru? Which is where Tataru got her name from. Her full name is actually Tatarutaru. Yeah, they first premiered in Final Fantasy XI, which is like the very first Final Fantasy MMO. I never played that one. I was poor, and so I couldn't. How do we get to this dude? But 11 did not take place in Eorzea. I believe the world was called Vanadale? And the Mikote were part of that, but they were called the Mithra. How many times must I be made to explain myself? I am not contemplating suicide, you imbecile. I have chosen this precise position to perform scientific measurements. What have we here? A containment vessel? Why, this is the handiwork of Professor Lambertaint. You thieving knave! I shall call for the... oh, made especially for you by the man himself. Then you must have sought me out per his instruction, which means he believes me experienced enough to expound upon his explanations. At last, the recognition I so rightfully deserve. Somehow, I really don't think that's the case. Oh, man. I mean... I know Lalafell are fucking stupid and everything, but he's kind of fucking adorable, isn't he? Anyway. Oh, frabjous day, Kalu Calais. Well, that's Lewis Carrollism. That I should be chosen to guide this woman. Yes, I, Hahasako, greatest Professor Lambertaint's pupils shall see that you successfully quarry your quarry. Your timing is impeccable, in fact, for I was just preparing to procure corrupted crystals from the burning wall for my personal research. There, the devastating destruction caused by the calamity has blessed us with a bounty of sublime specimens. But something tells me that naught but a perfect peace will satisfy your high standards, in which case you must needs descend to the deepest depths. Amidst the flowing waters and the murderous mirror nights lies the most fantastic formation I have found thus far. Take this highly advanced researcher's tool and use it to separate a small fragment from the large cluster. Place it within the warded pot and bear it back to me for inspection. The path which lies from Burgundy Falls to the base of the burning wall is treacherous and terrifying, but advance with appropriate caution and you shall surely survive. I just think it's funny. People have come by asking him if he was committing suicide because he's staring over the cliff. Suicide isn't funny, by the way. And if you ever do feel like taking your own life, call the number that I'm going to put on the screen right now. I promise you it gets better. Oh god. Well, I might as well join this fate, because somebody else is. Why are these things so spoopy? And they all fall down. Oh my god, these things are fucking cute. Oh my god, their faces are so spoopy, but the rest of them are so cute. You know, I forgot this area even exists. It's so pretty. Look at all the corrupted crystals. Even crystal plants. Well, I don't think there's any way to avoid fighting these ones. Pathetic. Let's take this crystal cluster. Quarrying Mall. There we go. Now I have to pick it up in the pot. There we go. Back up to Hahasako. You know, how anybody goes through this world of Eorzea and manages not to laugh at every stupid name they hear. And yes, I understand these are common names for them, but I don't know, man. It's just Hahasako and Lambertaint. I can't even remember some of the earlier ones I laughed at. To say nothing of the ones that aren't really funny but are just impossible for me to pronounce. I'm gonna miss this area. It's actually really cool, and I forgot it existed because you never come here again. I mean, maybe you do for something, but you sure don't for the main story. Oh my god, Furbles. They're just like those golden fleece things, except pure white. Alright. I see you've come galumphing back. What is with these Lewis Carroll references? Have you the crystal then? What a prodigiously large and lovely crystal. Professor Lambertaint will doubtless chortle with joy when you present it to him in person. Oh, and upon your return, do remember to recount how I helped you with your harvesting. By what, handing me a hammer? Sure, whatever. Oh, Professor Lambertaint, I have your crystal. My keen scholar sense tells me that you've obtained a corrupted crystal, am I right? Yes, you are. If you would grant me a moment to examine the crystal. Ah, it is as you desired, a corrupted crystal overflowing with wind-aspected aether. Remind me, for what purpose did you intend to use this crystal again? What? To breach a barrier comprised of wind-aspected aether? Oh dear, that may prove problematic, as this crystal would only serve to strengthen the barrier. I suppose I am at fault for not inquiring as to your objectives from the start. Had I known your intent, I would have never sent you to Hahasako. But what is science if not trial and error? And can you truly say that this failure has taught you nothing? Think, woman, now you understand the methods necessary to safely collect a corrupted crystal. You would doubtless have no difficulty in doing so once more. What's more, the crystal you collected can serve as an invaluable resource for the ethereal studies conducted by the students of Baldessian. You've heard of them. Well, I don't mean to boast, but I have a professional relationship with the organization. Not as equals, of course. I could never be so bold as to claim that level of expertise. Are you all right? Your eyes seem to have glazed over for a moment. Anyway, I shan't keep you from your task. You've still a corrupted crystal to find. Yes, but where shall I find one? Corrupted crystals of sufficient size and strength are not all that common, I fear. Fortunately, one of my other students, Siana, claims to have discovered another promising site in eastern Lenosia. Wait, that's not correct. Eastern Lenosia was where she was nearly killed when wandering too close to an imperial castrum. Haha, now that made for an amusing anecdote. It was western Lenosia, Pharaoh Sirius on the Isle of Umbra to be precise. I can't recall her exact reasoning, something to do with one of Dalamud's talons or some such nonsense. What I can say for certain is that she's still in Aleport attempting to gain access to the Isles. Why not travel there and see if Siana's inquiries bear fruit? If you can look past the crass and violent ways of the local pirates, you might find your time there to be quite pleasurable. Oh, and do not forget to take your makeshift warded pot, lest she think you unprepared for the task. Oh my god. I remember this quest now. I remember all the running around you have to do. Aleport! I haven't been here in an age. Let's find this Siana woman. I imagine she's probably inside here. No? Ah, there she is. Corrupted crystals? Madam, I have no interest in being the butt of your joke, so if you've no other reason for addressing me, kindly leave me be. Here, take a look at this. Well, I'll be damned. Professor Lambertaint did send you. Beg your pardon, it seems we got off on the wrong foot. I'm Siana, greatest of the professor's pupils, which is doubtless why he bid you seek me out. Indeed, I am an accomplished scholar with an extensive background in... Oh, gods, just listen to me prattle on and on. I must have given this introduction a dozen times by now. Well, I'm glad I don't have to hear it. Hey, we're almost level 43. You would give me... Oh my god, it's just like that red one we got earlier. This is not really armor, this is fetish gear. What about this? Oh, that's not too bad. As I told the professor in my many missives, I believe that the area surrounding Pharaoh Sirius is replete with corrupted crystals of exceptional strength. Unfortunately, I have yet to test my hypothesis, as all access to the Isles of Umbra is prohibited at present for reasons unknown to me. You see, my attempts to acquire this information are often met with annoyance and disdain. It's rather puzzling, since I always take the time to explain my motivations in great detail to the subjects of my questioning. Mayhap you will have better luck wresting information from these yellow jackets. I have all but given up at this point. Well, I guess we're asking around. Let's go here. Ah, you startled me. Don't you know better than to sneak up on a person at a time like this, what with all this fatuous gossip of spirits and specters haunting the Isles of Umbra? Just because I know it's nonsense doesn't make it any less frightening. Man, speaking of people not really wearing armor, your tits are just flat up on display. Not that I have anything against revealing armor. Far from it. Just, effectiveness. You're keen on traveling to the Isles of Umbra? Bloody hells, lass, are you drunk or just crazy? Ain't nothing there but death, death, and more death. I mean, I've faced death before. Their names were Ifrit and Titan. I'm sure you've heard of me. Ahem. The Isles of Umbra? What interest have you in that god's forsaken place? Ever since we were forced to abandon Pharaoh Sirius, the Isles have become not more than a graveyard for ships unable to navigate the shores, and a purgatory for the souls dragged down to the depths with them. Okay, so it sounds pretty bad over there. Ooh, now that's a pretty statue. I don't remember if I've commented on it before, but what a pretty statue. It's a mermaid with wings. Ah, Foxy, you've returned. Tell me of your findings. Really? Infested with the undead, you say? That is a very, very interesting development. Excuse me for a moment while I gather my thoughts. Well, we're not taking any of this armor. I mean, what's the stat? What are the stats like? No, it's shit. And level up. Level 43. Worry not, my friend. I've given your findings some thought, and I've concluded that this talk of spirits is not more than local folklore. As for why all travel to the Isles of Umbra is restricted, well, mayhap it's considered too dangerous owing to the abandonment of Pharaoh Sirius. Yes, well, anyway, while you were questioning those yellow jackets, I paid a visit to the local pub, since even an esteemed scholar like myself enjoys dulling her wits on occasion. It was there that I heard tell of a man named Skyfrin, who was recently detained after returning from, wait for it, the Isles of Umbra. This is the first I've heard of someone actually traveling to and from there, so I'm curious as to how he obtained permission. Mind having a chat with him in my stead? He was arrested after all, so I'm somewhat reticent to approach him myself. What does it matter if you or I do it? I mean, I do have a sword, and you probably have a book or something, so... Alright, back down here we go. Talk to the guy who got arrested for whatever reason. Hello, Skyfrin. I have to go back. She calls to me, sings to me. Ugh, tell Mimi Doa I'm sorry. Give him this. He was right. Or you could release me. Yes, release me. I will go and tell her. Let me go and tell her. Oh dear. Something's happened to this guy. Maybe the talk of spirits out on the islands is not so far-fetched. Alright, so I think we've gotten everything we can out of him, so let's talk to Sienna. What did Skyfrin have to say? That's not terribly helpful. I couldn't care less about how much he misses his favorite bar wench. But what was that about a man named Mimi Doa? Wait, I know that name. That's the bastard who grabbed my ass the other day at the pub. Well, if you want to give him that feather, be my guest. I'm not going anywhere near him and his wandering hands. And with a name like that, you can bet he's a fucking potato. They're at perfect ass-grabbing height. Wow, what a surprise. He's a potato. Another initiate, are you? No? Then what are you? Speak up, missy. I can't hear you. Here, feather. Bugger me, is that what I think it is? Nah, it couldn't be. You found this, you say? Where'd you find it? Skyfrin, you say? Was hoping to have a word with the lad, but it sounds like there's naught left twixt his ears. He was supposed to help patch up Pharaoh Sirius, he was. Company sent me to supervise a lot of 'em. Weren't getting work done on their own, you see. Half of 'em walked off, half of 'em ran off, and half of 'em up and vanished. What, you been looking for passage to the Isles of Umbra? Why didn't you say so? I've been thinking of dispatching someone to take a look on behalf of old Mimi Doa. Tell him how the land lies. Ain't nobody been interested till you came a-callin'. Whole port's up in arms about spirits and so forth. If I had the gill, I'd hire some sellswords and let 'em sort it out. But you'll do in a pinch, you will. Show this parchment to the skipper, and he'll see you there and back. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's go and let Sienna know the good news. So you went and had a word with Mimi Doa. I hope the valuable time you saw fit to waste amounted to something. It sure did. You mean that disgusting creature was Skyfrin's superior? I mean, I hate fucking potatoes too, but, you know, let's be nice here. I find that hard to believe, but this rite of passage does appear to be genuine, so it must be true. I must say it is a relief to work with such an industrious woman as you. I look forward to hearing of the discoveries you will make on the Isles of Umbra without me. You're not coming? Are these gonna be better? Yes? Fine, fine. I fail to see the justification for dragging me along on your journey, but if you insist, I will go as well. But 12 is my witness. If you leave me behind to be devoured by some horrid abomination, I shall come back to haunt you. Alright, let's head on over to the Isles of Umbra and see if this business about spirits has any merit. Ha! Take me to the Isles of Umbra, she bids, as if it's simple as... Oh, I see you've got a writ of passage. Alright then, climb aboard. Well, there's a whole bunch of plasmoids here. Hardly worth getting worked up over. This doesn't seem all that bad. I'm not saying I'd like to build a summer home here, but oh, the hell's with this. Here, take your pot and go on without me. You've harvested corrupted crystals before, right? So it isn't as though you require my assistance. Speak to the man guarding the gate. I'm sure he'll let you in. Now, if you'd please excuse me. Well, she's scared. She doesn't want anything to do with it. So let's keep going. Hello, David. Or David. I would say David because it's a Y. Beg your pardon, madam, but how did you come here? Access to this island is currently restricted. An old pot? I'm not sure I follow. Oh, I see. You wish to harvest a corrupted crystal. Sorry, friend, but you may have to return empty-handed. That's not gonna fucking happen. Let's see. Yes, these are better. They have less armor. And no fucking wonder. Look at that. My god. But better stats. The writ master Mimidoa gave you may grant access to the island, but only authorized personnel may proceed past this point. Why, you ask? Look up and see for yourself. When that giant mass of crystal struck the lighthouse, it caused severe damage to both the structure and the machinery within that once powered that beacon. Contrary to what the small folk would have you believe, the fires of Pharaoh Sirius were not the product of a mage's thaumaturgy or a colossal arcane bomb, but an elaborate contraption fueled by ethereal energy. Repairs are still ongoing, but it's anyone's guess when they'll be complete. What's worse, all the work has ceased since rumors of the Walking Dead drove off our entire crew. Not that those rumors are incorrect. I've observed the fiends from a distance, at the ship graveyard to the south. What's drawn them to our shores is still a mystery, though. I'll make you a deal, Foxy. Help me unravel this mystery, and I'll bring you your corrupted crystal. In fact, I shall begin searching for one that satisfies your requirements. As for where to begin your inquiries into the situation, it so happens that a party of 3 adventurers came ashore not long ago, seeking to scavenge valuable trinkets at the ship graveyard. I'd be surprised if they knew nothing of the undead infestation, so it might behoove you to question them. Well, it's a better lead than nothing. And these plasmoids seem largely harmless. Have we seen these guys before? I feel like we have. Alduil. What a name. It's all there for the taking. 5 bleeding years worth of the wrecks in their cargo. With those queer dead things and that voice. Actually, the voice is quite nice. Well, he's sloshed. Erapi Terapi. Fucking Lalafell names. And then there's Lewis over here, the only normal one among them. You saw him too, right? Dead people. Just shambling about without a care in the world. Except when they do seem to care, that is, and start shuffling toward the water. Gods, that voice. That single fleeting verse. I can still hear it. Stay clear of the southern shore, friend. It took every ounce of my strength to resist. Sounds like we've got some sort of siren. Alright, David. This talk of an alluring voice is disturbingly familiar, as if... that's impossible. They're all dead, aren't they? The moment you say something like that is the moment it becomes untrue, my friend. Oh, look at that. But if they have returned, that would mean... Oh, beg your pardon, I was just, thinking about something. Which reminds me, I received word that Master Mimidoa would be arriving any moment. Apparently, he grew frustrated for waiting for the sweet young lass with skin as soft as phoenix down to return, which I'm assuming is you. Ugh. I don't know what sort of arrangement you had, but you should probably go and explain yourself. I don't want some fucking potato looking at me like that. What's been keeping you, initiate? I ain't getting any younger, you know. Some honey-voiced harlot's been calling out to folk that wandered near the ship graveyard, and it stirred up the dead and all? Bloody hells, this takes me back to me days as a cannon boy. Goodbye, Chocobo. Sailing under old Miss Beard. But they wouldn't dare, would they? Not after the lesson we learned them last time. They bloody would, though, wouldn't they, brazen old biddies? Some folks said as the first purge would be the last, but I knew deep down in me bones as this day would come, and come it has. Aye, I'd bet me bum ear a siren's behind all this. Nay, not one of the sanguine variety, initiate. I speak of the other kind, them what's got feathers, and lure sailors to a watery grave with their sweet, sweet song. Oh, but it don't end there. No, drowning's just the start. See, even in death a man stays bound to the beast, forced to do her bidding till his corpse can't do it no more. 'Tis a fate I wouldn't wish on me worst enemy, except maybe in drink, and I'd regret it after. Any road, 'tis up to us to stop this hell's-born hussy afore she takes another soul. Course we can't send you marching off to war without these. A siren don't have no power or a man who can't hear his song. 'Tis lucky for you I carry a spare pair, and lucky for the both of us I'm a superstitious old sod, eh? Well, she ain't coming to us, so we'd best head over to her. To the ship graveyard, initiate. Well, at least he's a go-getter, even if he is a pervert. I wonder if this quest is a tie-in to the original game. It sure sounds like it is. Alright, Mimidoa. If she passes near the shore, she's sure to spy the campfire and come looking. Just a matter of waiting now. Let's wait. Proceed. I'm beginning to wonder if some sly bugger ain't spun us a yarn here. Quiet! Do you hear that? 'Tis her. Look! Out over the water! She's come, Nishit! She's come! And wow, she's pretty. I mean, the makeup is a bit much, but the wings, though. Quick, lass! Shove them plugs in your ears and get ready for a fight. Soon as she realizes you're deaf to her ditties, she'll call on her thralls and we'll be up to our necks in corpses before you know it. Hither embrace, mine everything all. True love spurned, her cruelty's reward. Come at me, bro. Here comes some more. Cast out callous soul, dead to desire. Ah! More? Spare, mournful mistress, distress. Why? Here comes some more. I should probably just AoE them all to death. Ah. I can't see the AoE stuff when I'm in the water. Melody, last breath of death, the rhythm. Dost thou not to relent, regret, forever alone? It's a bubble. My love, a river, one look, soul shiver. I guess we're not hearing all of it because of the earplugs. Ow. Come here, ya. And the bubble barely even hurts. I'm not even worried about it. Come over here. Okay, maybe I'm a little worried. Captain said, no more dark eclipse the heart. Well, that was easy. That was it, huh? Eh? Am I alright? Ha! I'm better than that, Nishet. Happy as a sailor in a whorehouse I am. Of course I'd be happy as a sailor with two whatsits if we gutted the songstress, but you can't have everything, can you? She'll not come crooning round here again, though, not for a while any road, and if she does, well, we know what to do, don't we? Thanks for all the help, bugger me, I've clean forgotten your name. Remind me. Foxy? Don't recall having no initiate by that name, but if you're not me old mate, what's the name? Why have you been so bloody helpful? Ah, never mind. Be seeing you, lassie. Okay. I forgot that quest ends so strangely. It's like you're fighting the siren and then you're not. She just kind of goes away after you kill her buddies. Okay, David. You mean it was a siren? But how were you able to resist her song? I see. I had heard that Master Mimidoa was involved in the first purge, but I never actually... Having survived an ordeal like that, I can't blame him for carrying your plugs around with him. Anyway, I have something for you. The corrupted crystal you wanted, safely sealed within the pot, just as you requested. Please take it with my compliments. Hey, nice. Back to Siana, then. You know, that quest is even called history repeating, so, it's definitely a throwback to 1.0. Oh, it's you. Welcome back, Foxy. You're looking remarkably hale, I must say, and more importantly, alive. You are alive, aren't you? Sure am. Aha! The conquering hero returns bearing a gift. Might I have a closer look? Impressive. Very impressive indeed. Yes, I think you'll be quite pleased with this specimen. Congratulations, Foxy. Seldom if ever have I encountered a corrupted crystal composed of such a volatile overabundance of fire aspected ether. What? You wanted a corrupted crystal composed of ice aspected ether to counteract the effects of a raging wind? Haha. Well, this specimen won't help you there. Ugh. Anyone who knows anything about the elements could tell you that. You'll just have to keep looking, I suppose. Yeah, that's this fucking quest. Don't fret now, I know exactly where you can find a corrupted crystal comprised of ice aspected ether. An associate of mine in Gridania has been studying the effects of one such crystal on living beings. What's with that expression? I thought you'd be pleased to hear this news. This is not another wild dodo chase, I assure you. Yeah, sure it's not. And what's even better is that this time you needn't use the warded pod of yours to protect yourself from the crystal's energies. Hedon's findings suggest that it is quite safe. Why, you ask? Well, let's just say that it has undergone a unique process that has rendered such precautions unnecessary. Anyway, do not let me keep you. It's been a pleasure, Foxy. Come back and see me sometime, alright? Yeah, I'll be sure not to. Oh my god. Off to Gridania, then. Alright, here's the person we're looking for. Hedon is the name. Greetings and salutations, Miss Games, I presume. Sienna informed me of your adventures in Aleport. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding, though as Professor Lambertaint is fond of saying, no action taken in the name of science is ever truly wasteful. There's literally a primal on the loose getting stronger by the hour, and you're fucking giving me that line. To the matter at hand, corrupted crystals possessing the properties you seek can be found in abundance at the standing courses following the calamity. Alas, that is no longer the case. And while there is at least one suitable crystal that remains to be found within the 12's wood, precisely where it is at any given moment is more difficult to say. Permit me to explain. You are familiar with Spriggans, yes? The furry little rascals that are wont to seek out ores and other stones? Well, one such creature with an infamously insatiable appetite has single-handedly devoured every corrupted crystal in the 12's wood. Fortunately for you, these crystals take an eternity to digest, assuming they can even be digested, and I am reasonably confident that one still resides within his gut. It's quite fascinating, really. My theory is this Giggity first consumed a corrupted crystal when... You couldn't care less about all this, could you? No, in fact I could not. To the point, then, Giggity has grown so ravenous that even his fellow Spriggans now fear for their safety. Some have gone so far as to petition the other inhabitants of the 12's wood for succor. In fact, the other day I heard that a Spriggan had been spotted in the vicinity of Little Solace. I propose that you find this wayward creature and use him to track down and slay Giggity. I can think of no better method to locate the rampaging beast, can you? No, but I can sure think of better ways to spend my time. Hello again, Kamujo. This one is pleased to see Walking One. Has time come for this one to wreak furious vengeance upon Imperial ones? Oh, so Walking One seeks furry ones. This one just saw Furry One wandering about. Was very worried for Furry One. Worried for Furry One's safety. Furry One came to Little Solace in search of helpful ones, asked these ones for aid and succor. But these ones could not do what Furry One asked, so Furry One went elsewhere, went north into Lark's Call. This one tried to warn Furry One, but Furry One would not listen. Many vile ones lurked to the north, and touched ones too. So great, he's wandered into the bad Spriggan territory. Lest you forget, there are tempered sylphs, not Spriggans, sylphs up in this area, ones who worship the Lord of Levin, also known as Ramu, who, while very agreeable as far as primals go, is also very territorial. And here is one of his own. And hopefully, by killing one of these touched sylphs, we don't piss off Ramu. Okay, little Tiggy. Tiggy greet Sylph. Sylph bad Sylph. Friend save Tiggy. Friend! Tiggy go back. Back to good Sylph. Oh my god. Alright. You know, it would kinda be cute if Spriggans weren't fucking ugly. Like, I get they tried to make them look cute, but they really don't. I mean, here, let's just take a quick look. That face just kills it for me. And just, it's supposed to be like bunny ears or something. It doesn't look like it. Walking One is ever most helpful one. Furry One Tiggy spoke highly of Walking One's bravery, but this one wonders why Walking One first sought to find Furry Ones. Walking One seeks Furry One Giggity, but even these ones have heard tell of the Hungry One. Furry One Tiggy asked these ones to hunt Hungry One, but these ones have no means to do so. Furry One craves ore, yes, but Hungry One is clever and cautious. If Walking One wishes to catch Hungry One, Walking One must use very rare, very special ore. This one knows little and less of ore, but Walking One Merwin at the Sanctum of 12 knows much. Walking One should seek aid of Goldsmithing One. Oh good, more walking. You know, if this quest line had any more walking, it'd be called the Lord of the Rings. That is a layered joke. It's a layered joke because it's really just a reference to Clerks 2. So it's not so much layered as it is just completely ripped off of a movie. Look, this quest does things to people, okay? It's so dumb. Anyway, here's the person we need to speak to. Yes, what is it? Ah, so you wish to lure out that rampaging Spriggan with a rare ore. I have an idea, although it's a bit unorthodox and convoluted. This entire quest is unorthodox and convoluted. A chert golem was recently sighted near the gates to the Sylphlands. Who created it and why it was left free to roam is anyone's guess. In any case, the construct's presence is profoundly serendipitous, for the soulstone of a chert golem is created by enchanting a chunk of true heart ore. True heart, in case you are unaware, is an exceedingly rare ore, one which Giggity has almost certainly never tasted and will therefore be unable to resist. So all you need to do is search for the golem, slay it, claim its heart, and use it to bait the Spriggan. Oh, and do remember to rub the soulstone against a sufficiently large concentration of amber, say amber scale rock in the central shroud. Short of petitioning a mage versed in golem magics, that is the only way I know to dispel the enchantments woven into a true heart. Eh? Why are you looking at me like that? I had relations with Thaumaturge once, if you must know. Okay. Your odd sexual trysts aside, now we know what to do. No. Leave me alone. Oh right, I hate this place. Do you want to know why I hate this place? Look at how dense the mobs are. This place is ass. I need to wait for them to drop aggro. Then sneak back around. Hope the big tree doesn't come after me. How am I gonna do this? Well, let's kill the Ochu. I think the Bane Stool will leave me alone if I don't pull anything else around it. Leave me alone, Ochu. Motherfucker. Oh good, now I've got more things after me. Well, it's not like it's gonna be able to do much to me. Let's just kill the Ochu nice and quick-like. They just had to pick this area for it to hang out. There we go. Hey, it's Tiggy. Alright. Ore, shiny ore, ore. Tiggy ore? Ah, giggity ore. Friend stop giggity. Giggity, giggity, giggity. Giggity is home. Tiggy is afraid. Friend come home. Friend stop giggity. Fine, Jesus Christ. Alright, where's Tiggy? Or giggity. What the fuck? Whatever. Who cares? These things have names. Oh, good. There are lots of Spriggans. How the fuck? There's a bridge. Okay. You know, I distinctly remember this quest. Like this, and the end of this quest. Because this place is just complete ass. Like, I know I'm gonna have to kill this guy, so I'll kill him now. I'm gonna have to kill this golem too. Just watch. Yep, here it comes. Oh, here comes another Spriggan. Why not? I am going to obliterate you. Here comes another golem. Because, you know, I didn't have enough to fight yet. You know, I don't even care. You can go ahead and use Plane Cracker. You're dead. Now let's get Giggity, kill him, and get out. There he is. Oh, another Spriggan decides to join the fray. What an asswipe. And surprising nobody, Giggity is actually weaker than the other Spriggans. Okay, so we got the stupid crystal. And it better be the right kind. Finally out of that hell. And we can go and show this guy the crystal, and if it's not the right one, then I'm going to slit his throat. Ah, pray you do not sneak up on me like that. I was engrossed in... Oh, wait, what is that? What is that god's awful smell? It's the smell of science, Hedon. My word, that is a breathtakingly beautiful crystal. I see my supposition was not mistaken. Ugh, and I also see you weren't averse to digging through Spriggan entrails for your prize. I've been through hell, okay? We owe our furry friend a debt of gratitude, you know. This thick coating of digestive juices is protecting us from the harmful effects of the crystal, just as the warded pot you once used did. Why so glum, friend? You finally obtained the corrupted crystal you sought, one overflowing with earth-aspected ether. Calm down, I jest. It is comprised of ice-aspected ether, worry not. I suppose that joke was in poor taste, considering your previous 2 attempts were for naught. I ought to kill you. Oh my good god. Beg your pardon, Foxy, I forgot to return your crystal to you. Oh, and there was a message for you from Professor Lambertaint, something about a man named Marcus? Apparently the professor misses the intellectual stimulation. Forgive me, I should have written it down. It occurs to me that I have yet to ask why you needed that crystal. You aren't planning anything nefarious, would you? 'Twould reflect poorly on me and my research if it was used for evil ends. Ah, well, perhaps it's best I remain ignorant. I didn't become the professor's greatest pupil by filling my head with unnecessary information. We're literally saving the world from a primal. But, okay, sure. Anyway, now that we've finally finished with that, let's go talk to Sid. He'll be at the airship landing. Sid, you wouldn't believe the shit I've been through for this crystal. All repairs and modifications have been completed, Foxy. Once you bring me that crystal, nothing will stand between us and Garuda. Take it. I no longer even want to look at it. I'll need to run some tests to be sure, but this looks like to be exactly what we need. Worry not, Foxy. I'll see that your hard work doesn't go to waste. The Enterprise is already more than a common airship, but mark my words, soon it will become something greater, something extraordinary. This is me. This is what I was born to do. Yes, it is. Oh. According to my tests, the device is now functioning in perfect harmony with the crystal, meaning we can leave whenever you're ready. But you must understand, tests can only tell one so much. Until we approach the Howling Eye, until we attempt to breach the barrier itself, I cannot be sure that this will work. I think it only fair to tell you that there is a small but statistically significant chance that the crystal could trigger a massive... mayhap it better that we remain positive. Foxy, I want to thank you for uniting me with my ship, for trusting in me to develop this plan, for everything. You've helped me rediscover a part of myself I'd forgotten. I am not the man I once was, and I do not know if I ever shall be, but I do know one thing. This feels right. My apologies for the sudden outpouring of sentiment. I would have waited until after the mission, but, well, you understand. I have to be level 44. Well, isn't that interesting? So, we can't do Garuda yet, but that's all for the better because I was planning on saving that for the next episode anyway. So, I hope you guys are enjoying for now. In the next episode, we're going to go after Garuda and finally take her down after this ridiculous wild goose chase. So, in the meantime, my name is Foxy Games. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.